Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I only have one video up, but I decided to make another video, and it's like kind of a story time based on my experience working at Disneyland. I was actually fired due to sexual harassment, and I was the one fired. So I was the victim of sexual harassment at Disneyland. So I remember getting hired, I was ready to sign my last piece of paperwork, and I got pulled aside. And this lady, she looks at me and goes, "So we can't hire you in merchandising because if you cover up that tattoo that I see on your hand, it could get on the merchandise." And I was like, darn it, I was really excited to work here, and I got really almost emotional. But then she goes, "Let me see if I can get you in attractions, or would you be willing to do that?" And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, that'd be great. So I had to wait a week, and then I got called back, and I had the opportunity to work in attractions, in Fantasyland attractions. So that's behind the castle, so like Pinocchio, Alice in Wonderland, the Teacups, Dumbo, all those rides behind the castle, like the kiddie rides. And so I remember I get hired. So you get to go to traditions class, which is basically all like the get to know Disney and, the 5 keys, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but I'm gonna anyways. So I went through all that, and then I get my first day at Disneyland, so I do training. So you follow somebody around, and you learn the attraction, and you just basically have them talk to you about it, and you get to meet everybody. It's really fun. But my PA, I meet this lead, and he starts to make weird comments about the women at Disneyland, and weird comments to me, and then he tells me he has a foot fetish during my PA. So we're at, I think, Dumbo, and he just starts to tell me that he has a foot fetish, and I'm just like, okay, that's cool, I'm uncomfortable. It's my fourth day, and he tells me that he has a foot fetish. Anyways, so that lead eventually starts talking to me a lot, and hanging out, and always wanting to be where I was. Eventually, I started to befriend people. So I started to befriend the guys, and I'm a guys kind of girl. I like to hang out with guys. I respected anybody else who had a relationship, and I respected anybody who liked somebody at Disneyland. Disneyland was like high school. Everyone's dating everybody. Anyway, rumors started to happen where I had an list. So basically, anytime they saw me hanging out with a guy, they added that to my list, which I didn't have. But anyway, not really important. This lead would start to, we had rotations. So I would be Pinocchio, Dumbo, and Casey. And that would be my rotation for the day. Or Snow White. And whatever it was. I don't remember. It's been 5 years. But I remember my name would be taken off rotation. And when my name was taken off rotation, it was always when that certain lead was working. And so if my name was taken out of rotation, I had to just shadow him and follow him around. And that started to become more frequent. And I started seeing when I got there that my name wasn't on the list. And I was like, okay, here I go, So I ended up following him around. And then we do these things called show checks, where the cast members get on the ride, and they go on the ride and ride it to see if the attraction was working, if the lights were working, if any of the characters are moving, etc. And I remember this lead would take me on show checks to like make a move on me. And like I didn't say anything because like I was in my probation period. So I didn't want to get fired for doing something wrong or saying something wrong or whatever, because they can fire you within the first 3 months. Ended up getting fired anyway. So he would start to like touch my legs or like touch my shoulder, you know, just don't touch me, but he would. And then he would take me to the Pinocchio office, which was right behind the person who gets you on the ride. So it's right behind the cast member. And as you're going in, you can see the ride. I mean, as you're going in, you can see the closet, the office. And there was these rumors going around that I was like hooking up with all these people at Disneyland. And I'm like, I'm not hooking up with anybody at Disneyland. Anyways, that lead eventually would like offer to take me home, and he would start texting me. He would ask me for nudes. He would ask to text me all the time. He would ask me to FaceTime. Mind you, forgot to tell you this. This man is married and has 2 children. 2 children. So, that was happening, and of course, I didn't say anything because I was afraid to, you know, like, it was my first, like, real job outside of retail, you know. I was working with people. I was seeing VIP guests. I was, you know, it was just, like, a great opportunity for me. But anyways, and then I went to, into the park, and we ran into our friend. And she started telling me that this lead was messaging her and asking her for foot pictures and, like, you know, talking inappropriately with her. So then I found out he was doing it to other girls, which I should have known, but at the time I was like, you know, I was trying not to think about it. So that was it for me. I was done. I was like, I'm going to the lead. I'm going to a manager about this. So I decided to go to the manager, and when I went to the manager, I had to, of course, fill out a form, and when I filled out that form, other people that I wrote in the form had to write their forms and stuff, and eventually it just got dirty. Like, all these people were starting to make up rumors about me because I was telling the truth about one of their favorite people, I guess. I don't know. And I don't remember all, like, the nitty-gritty details, you know, of everything. I just remember eventually getting called down to the office, and the supervisor told me that I was going to be suspended. And suspended for an ongoing investigation, which was, like, a surprise to me because I was like, why do I have to be suspended for them to investigate this problem when I'm not the issue? But then it turns out, when I was asking other people, when I was out of work for that week, I was suspended for a week, that there was other people claiming that I was doing other things and things inappropriately and all this stuff. So I was like, wow, okay, cool, awesome. So a few days go by, and I'm like, you know, they told me they would get back to me in a few days. I finally called in, and I called HR, and they told me that I was suspended for, not for an ongoing investigation, but for, well, an investigation claiming that I was sleeping with the lead in the Pinocchio office that I had mentioned before. Why would I want to sleep with somebody at work? It blew my mind. So, of course, I'm just like, all right, am I going to get fired? Like, I didn't do anything wrong. This is ridiculous. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything wrong. So then that Friday comes up. I got suspended on a Thursday. That Thursday came, nothing happened. That Friday, I got called and was notified that I would not be coming back to Disney, and I had to return all my costumes. And I was devastated because I didn't do anything wrong. And it was all because I spoke up about a lead being inappropriate and sexually harassing me and asking me for nudes and telling me about his fetishes, and as gross as it is, he wasn't fired. I found out he lost his lead status, but that was it. And still to this day, this man hits me up. And yes, this happened years ago, whatever, you know, it's fine. Cool, it happened years ago, so what? I'm still gonna come out and say my side of the story because there's still this rumor going around that I was sleeping with somebody that I wasn't, and this man was getting away with, he no longer works with the company. He got a new job, a fancy job or something, because he let me know. But this just shows, I don't know if it's Disney or like the big corporations, they do what they can to hide what they want. And those who are the victim in this whole situation lose their job. But the person who started it and did everything gets to keep their job and like just loses a lead status. And I'm wondering if to this day his wife knows. Because it got to the point where I had to message his wife and tell him to not hit me up. Because he messaged me randomly on Instagram. So this is one of the reasons why I was scared to speak up, because I didn't want to get in trouble, and I did. And I should have spoken up about it way sooner, like the second it happened. And I don't want other girls or other guys that are going through what I did to feel like they can't come forward. Because maybe I could have stopped this sooner, but I didn't say anything. So that's my story about how I got fired from Disneyland. I love Disney. I am a Disney fan, but I will never work for that company ever again. And it's like high school. The girls are catty. Everyone's sleeping with everybody. Rumors get spread. And it's sad. But anyways, if you like the story, give this a thumbs up. Go ahead and leave a comment if you have anything to say to me. I mean, I'll be happy to respond to you. But definitely follow all my social medias, my Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter. I'll go ahead and leave them at the end of the video and in my bio. But yeah, hope you guys have a good day, good night, wherever you are. Stay safe.